And hopefully this is working, and I am live, guys. It's pretty late. I think it's gone 10 o'clock here in the UK. It's like 25 past 10, but I wanted to do a little scope for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted to test out my iPhone for doing a scope, because last night I did a scope with my iPad and the camera was all right. The only thing is, it's a lot smaller to see who is see the comments, and my eyes are terrible, so I'm gonna have to get dead close to read what people are putting. But yeah, I wanted to test out the camera on the iPhone 6, and also I've just been doing a podcast with an amazing guy, great friend of mine, a guy called Mark Dharma. He says hello, a fellow actor. Says Chris. I'm going to get dead close, Chris, to read the comments, so I'm sorry for the extreme close-ups. But yeah, I've just been doing a podcast with a guy called Mark Dharma, amazing bloke, who's a top kind of LA health and mindset guru. He's actually from Leeds originally, but he moved out to LA a few years ago, and the guy now is top of his game. He coaches some of Hollywood's elite pop stars, film stars. I just saw it on X Factor tonight, Rita Ora, that's one of his clients. The guy's killing it, but it's not always been like that. You're also from Leeds, Chris. Nice. There you go. Leeds is a great place. I've got quite a lot of friends in Leeds. I work out Leeds quite a lot. Leeds is cool. But we were just doing a podcast as a bonus podcast for my upcoming mindset course. I'm releasing a mindset course specifically for actors at the end of this month. Mindset and positive psychology has been an obsession of mine for nearly a decade, and it's absolutely transformed my life in literally every single area. I'll do some more scopes at another time, kind of telling people a bit more about my journey from working in a shop for 40 hours a week 8 years ago. Yeah, if you're in Leeds, hit me up for a coffee, dude. Sid, I will, Sid, definitely. We'll go and get a brew. But yeah, I was working in a shop, working in retail, struggling as an actor, really struggling with my mindset, working 40 hours a week in a shop 8 years ago. Struggling with a load of limiting beliefs about myself and about my career, and why I had to be in that shop, why I had to work 40 hours a week in order to kind of sustain a living, but then that was giving me no time really to do what I really wanted to do, which was work in the acting industry and the voiceover industry and just be way more creative. And it was Mark, who I did the podcast with tonight, who I met randomly. He came into my work completely out of the blue, and to cut a long story short, I had one conversation with him that absolutely changed my life. And I don't know what people believe in. I'm not particularly religious or anything like that, but if people believe in God or the universe or just whatever, there's got to be a reason that guy came into my work that day, and it utterly transformed my beliefs about everything about my life. Shortly after I quit that job, I went full-time for it in the acting industry, in the voiceover industry. Ended up kind of, working my ass off. This didn't just happen overnight, but ended up creating careers where I would work 10 times fewer hours than I was working that retail job for literally, 6-7 times the money. It was insane, and this all happened very, very quickly when I rewrote a very limiting life story that I was currently living. So I was talking to Mark tonight about that on the podcast, and we were reminiscing about when we met and what we both achieved. I mean, Mark is insane. That guy lives in a $21 million mansion in a place called Runyon Canyon in Hollywood. The guy is absolutely killing it. So he's at another level. But the stuff that he has taught me over the years, and the stuff that I've applied in my life, is what's going into this course, Bulletproof Actor. It's called Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success, and really it's going to allow people to completely rewrite their life stories, drop and obliterate all those limiting beliefs that are stopping them from ever having success. Because until you're aware of this, you're oblivious to it, and there'll be so many things and external factors in your life right now that are creating internal symptoms within yourself that are limiting your beliefs about yourself, limiting your potential, stopping you from taking the action that you need to take to get somewhere. So anyway, to cut a long story short, we were just talking about this on the podcast tonight, and I wanted to come on quickly just to give a little thought of the week for this week, because we were talking about a story that I include in the course, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek and read you this story, and hopefully it'll just provoke some thoughts for you tonight and for the rest of the week that might help you. A little mind hack. And It's called The Tale of Two Wolves, okay, and it's an old Navajo Indian tale that is legendary, and it begins like this. Anyway, I'll read you the whole thing. It says, one evening, an elderly Cherokee brave told his grandson about a battle that goes on inside people. He said, my son, the battle is between two wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, envy, jealousy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, which wolf wins? The old Cherokee brave simply replied, the one that you feed. And it's as simple as that, guys. There really is inside us all, like there will be inside you right now, this inner conflict, you know, probably anticipating the week ahead of you and what you're going to do, what hurdles you've got to overcome. And you don't necessarily have a choice of the situations and the things that are going to happen to you this week. There's going to be things that are out of your control that are going to happen to you this week. You know, that is a given. But you really do have a choice, and this is what people need to come to terms with. You really do have a choice of how you react to those situations. There was something that cropped up for me today with a business partner of mine. We had a little problem about a workshop that we're running in the voiceover industry tomorrow, and we had a little issue that made things a little bit complex for tomorrow, and we had a choice of how we react to it. We could have gone, oh my God, this is going to make things really, really hard, which is probably people's go-to place. There's something inside our brains called negativity bias. As human beings, we generally always go to that negative place. It's the reason why when you turn on Sky News, there is an average of 17 negative news articles to every one positive one, because we love bad news as human beings. It's kind of ingrained in us. We need to know all the bad stuff so that we can protect ourselves from it. So we have a natural inquisitiveness for the negatives. So whenever something bad happens in our lives, we go, oh my God, this is really, really bad. I'm going to just focus on that. So we had this choice of whether to focus on what had gone wrong, or whether we go, actually, you know what, let's focus on what has gone right in this situation. Let's feed our positive wolves. Let's not feed our negative wolves. Let's starve that negative wolf inside us. Feed the positive one, and let's make the workshop tomorrow the best workshop we can possibly make it. And that's exactly what we did. And I know it's going to be absolutely amazing. Everybody's going to love it. You know, and we get through that issue that we had this afternoon. So tonight, when you go to bed and you're kind of having those thoughts whizzing around your head about what you've got to do tomorrow and everything this week, let's focus on what we've got. Let's focus on what could go right this week. Let's not feed our negative wolves. Consistency over time, says Sid, makes success. Sort of reminds me of that. Yeah, no, absolutely. Be consistent in the choices that you make, and always make positive choices and feed that positive wolf. Don't feed that wolf that's going to make you jealous, that's going to, you know, make you angry, envious, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance. None of that. Let's feed the wolf that's going to give us peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, and just look at the difference that makes to your life this week. If you can catch yourself when you're about to go to that place where you're feeding that negative wolf and just go, I know that ain't going to serve me, not going to do that, going to throw that away. Let's just feed the positive wolf inside me, because people don't realise they have the power to do that, and you really, really do. Just think, guys, another really empowering thing for this week. Your DNA has never, ever existed on this planet before. And when you die, it will never, ever exist again. So before I go, I just want to ask you, what are you going to do with that DNA this week that's going to make a lasting impact on the world positively, and not feed your or anybody else's negative wolf? Are all your scopes on positive topics, and how often do you scope? This is only my second scope. At the moment, my scopes are mostly on positivity and mindset and positive psychology. They're all going to be also about emotional mastery, physicality as well, because I'm doing this course that I'm going to launch in about 3 or 4 weeks. So this is kind of a warm up to get people into the groove with the sort of stuff that I'm going to do. But No, a lot of these scopes, when I'm not in the office here, when I'm out and about, either working as a voiceover artist or as an actor, I might be auditioning, I might be in the studio, recording voiceovers or recording people's voice reels, all that kind of thing. I will do stuff out and about as well, but this stuff right now, just when I'm here, particularly when I've just spoken to Mark and my mind's on this kind of thing, I just thought I'll just pop on. And I'm going to try and scope at least once a day. I'm going to, at least for the next 3 weeks. After that, I don't know, but just so that I get people used to the stuff that I'm going to be putting out in the course. Sounds like Napoleon Hill. This is great. Because I have to just get dead close to the camera and see. Love the sign. Yeah, the sign might be a little bit offensive to people, but it says optimism, pessimism. F that. We're going to make it happen. These are some awesome posters that I get from a company called Startup Vitamins. They're posters that the company make to kind of inspire people in startup businesses and office environments, and just anywhere, but they do some awesome stuff, not just posters, they do cups as well, they do hats, stickers, all sorts of stuff, so check those guys out, startupvitamins.com. I've got loads of posters from them, so I'll swap this out for different ones for each scope, so that people get to see different messages, but check them out, they're awesome. If you want to find out more about Bulletproof Actor and how you can get involved with it, how you can evolve the course, help me with it as well, as I'm filming it and finishing writing it, you can go to bulletproofactor.com. I also run a site for actors called Act on This, the TV Actors Network, where I interview famous actors, casting directors, agents, producers, writers, directors, all sorts of people, big names as well. We've got people like BAFTA winners on there. Jason Watkins, he won the BAFTA for Best Actor this year. Warwick Davis, you might know from the Star Wars films, Harry Potter films, and the UK's biggest casting directors as well, who cast all the biggest TV stuff. We do recorded podcasts and also live video broadcasts as well, where you guys can get involved, and we broadcast those through YouTube. Read Ethic by John C. Park, the great book on mindset. I'm not familiar with it, said I'll read it, definitely. I'll check that out. But yeah, so get yourself over to actonthis.tv if you want to sign up to the community, completely free. Sid's a member. He'll welcome you, I'm sure, into the community, as will I. There's a couple of thousand actors on there now. It's a really close-knit community, and we all look out for each other, so get yourself involved. And if you want to get an exclusive invite to Bulletproof Actor, so you get information about it before it comes out, you get access to exclusive bonuses, including that podcast that I've done with Mark tonight. That's going to be an exclusive bonus that will only be available to people on the invite list. Go to bulletproofactor.com. And I've talked about voiceover tonight as well. I run a voiceover training company. If you want to get involved with voiceover, get yourself to vofocus.com. There's quite a few sites that I run. If you've got any questions, hit me up on Twitter. It's @RossAGrant, and each site has a Twitter following as well. But I'm loving Periscope. I think it's wicked being able to just hop on and just put a few thoughts out there. So we might do some live kind of Q&A, as hopefully I amass a few more followers and people there to ask questions, and I'll bring some guests on as well. Heart it up, give me some hearts, why not? But yeah, I'll bring some guests on, and I might do one from the studio tomorrow. We've got a voiceover workshop tomorrow, so I might do a little scope from there so you can see what our voiceover workshops are like. So that's it, guys. So just remember this week, which wolf are you going to feed? The positive wolf or the negative wolf? I say choose the positive one. And remember just how goddamn special every single one of you are, in terms of, like I say, your DNA has never existed before. It will never exist again. Appreciate that. Get out there this week and go get them. It's been amazing talking to you guys. Thanks for watching. And I will speak to you all soon. Hopefully this first landscape Periscope I've done as well. On my phone, so I'll go and check out if this looks better than it did on my iPad, and then I'll choose which one I'm going to use here onwards. Thanks for watching. Get yourselves to bed, it's pretty late, depending on where you are in the world, and I'll catch up with you very, very soon. Bye for now.